Hello and welcome to our today's webinar together with HUG. Today we will show you how the HUG Tartelette line perfectly fits together with our pacotized recipes with our latest model, the Pacojet 4. My name is Tobias Waldmann. I'm the International Culinary Manager at Pacojet, and next to me is Mario Garcia. Plus, Mario, please feel free to introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Toby. My name is Mario Garcia. I'm a two-times culinary world champion and managing my own company. And today I'm here on behalf of HUG Food Service. HUG AG is a family business with a tradition of 140 years and is the world's leading brand for sweet and savory tartelettes. The most chefs and patissiers all over the world like the shape of these tartelettes, the thin walls and the straight walls, and you can buy the tartelettes all over the world in 33 countries.
Perfect. Thank you, Mario. So we will start directly with our first tartelette. Our first tartelette is olive cream. For the olive cream, we cut it feta cheese roughly and added some curd and creme fraiche, some spices, a bit lemon juice and green olives and a bit of blanched spinach, and froze it at -20 degrees for 24 hours. And afterwards we pacotize it. And how it looks, you can see here now. Here we pacotize just 2 portions with 2 repetitions, and you can see the processed part and also the hard frozen part in the middle.
Yeah, and Toby, for every kind of recipe we use another tartelette today, and for this recipe we choose one of our classic line. It's the olive rosemary snack tartelette with a diameter of 4.2 centimeter, and we think it's matched perfectly with this recipe that you preparing for us.
Exactly. And to top the olive feta cheese cream, we prepared also with the Pacojet a wild garlic oil. For the wild garlic oil, we blanched the wild garlic, added some oil and salt, put it into the beaker, froze it at -20 degrees for 24 hours again, and pacotize it for 3 times. And afterwards you have the perfect wild garlic oil. And the wild garlic oil we will put now on the top of the feta cheese olive cream and a bit of dried olives. In this case we used Tartelettes olives, which are really tasty and have a lot of flavor, and finish it with some deep fried wild garlic leaves.
Yeah, Toby, you talk about the wild garlic. So is it possible to do the oil with other herb, or is it only with this wild garlic possible?
For sure, you can use a lot of different types of herbs, for example, also parsley, chervil, chive, and much more. And you can also use the stems, so you can use the whole herbs, and so you have no waste. And with the same procedure like with the wild garlic oil, just blanch the herbs and freeze it with a bit of oil and salt, and pacotize it afterwards. And so you can also perfectly preserve all the ingredients. In this case, you can select all the wild garlic leaves in the season, blanch them and freeze it with the oil and the salt, and preserve all the ingredients. So you have also in 2 months the perfect wild garlic oil.
Perfect green wild garlic oil.
Yeah. Now you can see here in our other camera perspective our tartelette. Here we have the olive tartelette with the feta cheese olive cream on top, the dark green and tasty wild garlic oil and the fried wild garlic leaves.
And as you said before, for this recipe, we use the olive rosemary tartelette. And when you like this shape and this kind of tartelette with the diameter of 4.2 centimeter, we have also other tartelettes. One with beetroot, the taste of beetroot. I think with the other recipe with a little bit the sour cream or something like that, it matches perfect. And also a short crust pastry with a neutral taste, which you can use for another recipe.
You have a lot of opportunities with this shape of tartlets and different flavors. And also like our next tartlet, for the next tartlet, we have a salmon tartlet. So, thank you, Mario. And for the salmon tartlet, we will do now first our salmon tartar. For the salmon tartar, we will use our cube set. The cube set is for non-frozen ingredients, and the cube set includes a whipping disc and a cube set knife. In this case, we will use the cube set knife to cut our tartar, to our salmon tartar. Please, to attach the cube set knife, use the knife tongue, also with a little twist to the right, and then you can hear the magnetic click. So now just put the roughly cutted salmon into the pacotizing beaker, put it into the protective beaker and attach it to the Pacojet until you hear the click. Now you can see here 4 icons. The first icon is pacotizing, then cutting, the third one whipping, and the last one the cleaning cycle. But we will use now the cutting mode. In the cutting mode, you have the opportunity to choose between 1 or 10 repetitions. So it depends on the recipe and also on the texture you like, and also overpressure. So for example, if you do non-frozen fish farce, you can add some overpressure that you have a more smoother and more creamier texture. But in this case, for the tartar, we don't need the overpressure, so we turn it off and we will start the process.
Perfect. And for this recipe, we use HUG Tartelette filigrano butter with a diameter of 7 centimeter. We have it also a little bit bigger with 8.3 centimeter, and it's matched perfect for a dish like a starter, or also for a main course when you take the bigger one.
Perfect. And also here for this salmon mousse or the salmon cream, we used also the back part of the salmon, so the tail part, so which you can't sell as a normal portion. So you can also reduce your waste and can preserve the products into the beaker if you when you freeze it. And in this case, we added just a bit of lemon juice, some salt, cream, toast, and put all the ingredients together and froze them at -20 degrees again for 24 hours. Pacotized it 2 times with overpressure, so you have a creamier texture. Filled it into the tartlet, scraped or flattened the surface, and now we can finish the tartar, the salmon tartar.
And as you said, you make a salmon tartar. Is it possible to make it the same with meat?
Yes, for sure. You can also use meat. Veal meat. Also a vegetarian or vegan tartar. If you use carrots, you can also do a vegan tartar, or also beetroot. And so you have a lot of opportunities, or you can also chop just some nuts. So if you normally chop the nuts, you fall down off the board, of the chopping board or cutting board. In this case, you can just put the nuts into the beaker, use the cube set knife, and cut or chop all the nuts. So now we will marinate the salmon tartar a bit with some sesame oil. Thank you, Mario. and a bit black and white sesame, roasted sesame, just a bit.
And as you see, Toby have a very nice mise en place, and that's possible because all our tartlets are coated with a vegetable oil, so they remains the crunchiness and the crispiness, and you can make a perfect mise en place in your kitchen or in your patisserie with this nice tartlets.
So, and now we will place or plate all the tartar on top, just a bit flat, so we can also arrange all the other ingredients on top of the tartar. For this we will use finger limes. For those who don't know the finger limes looks like a small and thin limes, and the fruit flesh of the finger limes looks like a bit a caviar, a red caviar, and tastes also very similar to a lime. So, and also now we will add a bit of yuzu gel, so you will have a really fresh taste afterwards, and mixture between the tartar, the salmon cream, the finger limes, and also the fresh dill and some flowers.
And we talked about food waste before, and the nice thing about our tartlets is that we don't have leftovers when we produce our own dough and own tartlets in our kitchen. So we have every time a little bit from the dough left, so that we don't have when we do it in this nice shape here.
So now you can use this tartlet as a starter or as an amuse-gueule, or you can also perfectly prepare it if you have your event. Now you can see it here on the other camera perspective. A nice, colorful and tasty tartlet.
Perfect. A nice starter, a nice portion. So you can also use a smaller tartlet for a little snack or something like that. But I think that's a perfect starter that we prepared here.
So, thank you. And now we will do a vegan tartlet. And for the vegan tartlet, we prepared Nokra, so it's a vegan foie gras, and for the Nokra we used just some cashew nuts, some pine nuts, miso paste, sesame paste, some onions, and also some sherry port wine and some spices. So how it looks like, you can also see here now in the show beaker. There you can see also the hard frozen part in the middle, so you can see the whole nuts, and on top you can see the processed part, so we can also process the completely nuts 100%. So here, or Mario, which kind of tartlet do we use here?
We use a mini snack tartlet with a diameter of 4.2 centimeter, and all our snack tartlets with this diameter are completely vegan. But you must use it only for a vegan recipe. You can use it also for a normal vegetarian recipe or something with meat or fish. So you can be very, very creative with our range of tartelettes.
Perfect. We filled already into the tartelettes a bit of shiitake cream, and the shiitake cream we prepared also with the Pacojet. We just sauteed the shiitake mushrooms so we can get the whole flavor out of the mushrooms and deglazed it with a bit of soy sauce and mirin. And in the end, we added some ponzu, put it into the beaker, froze it at -20 degrees for 24 hours again, pacotized it, and afterwards you have a perfect shiitake cream. And now we will top it with apple compote, and on top we will give our nokra. The nokra we put into a silicone mold, scraped it down, froze it again to pop it perfectly out and to get this shape.
We bake all our tartelettes freshly and pack them also freshly. We don't freeze them, so we have the opportunity in our companies or in the kitchen that we can make a nice mise en place. We can do a nice salmon mousse in the tartelettes and freeze them. So that's possible because we bake them very freshly, and we don't freeze them when we ship them all over the world.
On top of the nokra, we will give our chopped cashew nuts. The cashew nuts we chopped also with our cube set or the cube set knife, so you can also save some time. On top of the chopped cashew nuts, Mario will give now apple gel. And on top of the apple gel, we will also give some pickled and fermented black walnuts, and also some lightly pickled enoki mushrooms.
Is it possible to do the nokra with the other nuts, or is it only possible with the cashew?
You can also use some other nuts, but you will have also a different taste profile. So it's up to you which nuts you will use. In this case, it's very tasteful, and I think, or in my opinion, the cashew nuts are perfect, and also the pine nuts are perfect for the nokra. So, and now we will show you the product again with the other camera perspective. Thank you, Mario.
Most beautiful.
Most beautiful. So here it is. We have the nokra with the shiitake mushroom puree, the apple compote, the cashew nuts, the apple gel, the lightly pickled enoki mushrooms, and Mario.
Our vegan tartlet with a diameter of 4.2 centimeter. As I said before, all our tartlet with this diameter are completely vegan. Yeah. As you see, 20 minutes, three kind of recipes, the salty ones, the savory ones. So a big range with some different tartlets, some nice recipe from Pacojet. So we have this perfect match from HUG and Pacojet, and show you that very well.
Yeah, you can see it's really colorful. It's really tasty. A bit pity that you can't taste it now, but yeah, you will receive afterwards all the recipes so you can try it by your own. And now we'll go over to the sweet part. And for the sweet part, we will do a pistachio ganache. And for the pistachio ganache, we use just the whole pistachios with cream, milk, and white chocolate. How it looks like, you can see now in this perspective. You can see the whole nuts and the base made out of milk, cream, and white chocolate. Now we will add it or give it into the protective beaker. The pacotizing knife with the spray guard. Attach it to the Pacojet, and now we'll go to the pacotizing mode. Here you have the opportunity to select between or to choose between 1 and 10 repetitions. Also, portions first. So you can just process or pacotize only what you need. But in this case, because here in this recipe is that the pistachio nuts floated up, and now we'll pacotize the whole beaker, so you have afterwards a better mixture. And so this is the reason why we choose now the whole beaker. Here you can choose the second icon. You can choose the repetitions, how often it should pacotize the whole beaker. In this case, we will choose 2 repetitions, but you can also go down to 1 or up to 10. And overpressure. In this case, we like afterwards a more smoother and more creamier texture. So that's the reason why we'll add now the overpressure. And now we'll press start. Here you can see where the pacotizing plate is and all your selected modes.
Yeah, and as you see, we use for this recipe a sweet tartelette. We have here the chocolate tartelette filigrano, which matches perfect with this recipe. The nice ganache that you make, the green one, and also the flowers and the orange confiture that we put on top for this recipe.
Yes. And to the ganache, we will serve the bitter orange jam, which we made with also grapefruit, orange, some lemon juice and sugar, and also the whole oranges and grapefruits we processed with our cube set. And on top we prepared a crumble made out of caramelized almonds and pistachios. We made a caramel, added the whole pistachios and almonds, cool them down, and afterwards we put it into the beaker and processed it also with the cube set knife. Added now some dried wildflowers, and so it's also here an easy prepared fix decoration for the tartlet.
When you pacotize something with a cutting knife that you use for the salmon,
It's not possible. It's not possible.
You must freeze it something, or
the pacotizing mode is only for frozen ingredients.
Yeah.
And if you use the cube set knife in the pacotizing mode, the Pacojet will not start. So the Pacojet will recognize that you attached the wrong tool and will not start the process.
Okay.
So it's not possible. And you have not a choice.
So it's very important that when you use our tartlet that you don't put a fruit puree or fruit gel at the bottom of the tartlet, because they lose the crunchiness, and that's why we take a nice ganache on the floor on the bottom of the tartlet, and then we come with our nice jam and also a little bit garnish on top. So that's perfect that you have at the end a nice crunchy tartlet with a nice texture and a nice mouth feeling.
Okay. And because we process without thawing our products, it's also possible to put all the ingredients back into the freezer and use it for several times. In this case, it's very important to scrape the flat surface down that you have a flat surface before you put it back into the freezer. And the next day you can also just pacotize 1 or 2 portions, just the amount you need. So, and here you can also see at which repetition the Pacojet is in a moment. Now it's the first repetition, and it will start directly the second repetition. But in this case, it will go much faster because we process it once. And a normal pacotizing mode needs 4 minutes. So. Now we prepared already a piping bag for the pistachio ganache. And we will, I don't know if I mentioned it already, we have also some candied orange peels. Yeah.
Nice.
So you can see it goes much faster. And now we can plate our tartelette.
As you can see, we have different packaging units. So it depends on the size of the tartelettes. And the nice thing about this is that this packaging carton can be released again. So they give us a nice tartelette. So they have an optimum of freshness when you close them perfectly and storage them in your economal or something like that.
So and here you can see also now how perfectly the whole pistachios are processed. So you have a perfectly creamy pistachio ganache, which we will fill now in the chocolate tartelette. Also here, like Mario mentioned, we will start with the pistachio ganache. And we'll add the bitter orange jam. And then we will cover it again with the ganache. And with the spatula, we will also flatten here the surface.
Is it possible to fill them in the tartelettes and freeze them again with this ganache, or
Yes,
is it important that you pacotize them very freshly?
Yeah, for the texture, it's for sure better if you pacotize it and fill it into the tartelettes in this case, but it would be also possible.
Okay.
So. And also here, now we have a ganache which goes much faster. We just have to take the tartelette and press it into the crumble white flour mixture and just add some orange peel. So if you have a bigger event, you can use a garnish like this, and it goes much faster. You have not to waste so much time to garnish all the tartelettes. And how it looks like, you can now see here.
This is not finished, Toby.
Why? So now it's finished. You can see here the tartelette. We have here the chocolate tartelette. It's a pistachio ganache, the bitter orange jam, and also the crumble made out of almonds and pistachio, and the candied orange peel on top. So.
Perfect.
Merci. So now we go over to our next tartelette.
The vegan one. The third one.
The vegan one, exactly. For the vegan one, we prepared the tartelette already. Therefore, we made vegan chocolate coconut ganache. We just used coconut milk and 2 types of different chocolates, also with different percentage of cacao. And some sugar, some powder sugar, and also on top some coconut jelly and lychee jelly and some raspberries.
Yeah, and we use for this one a bakery, a filigrano bakery, 3.8 centimeter tartelette. It's a vegan one, and all our vegan tartelettes have a little thicker wall. So, but for this recipe, it matches perfect. And this one is the coconut jelly, right?
That's the coconut jelly, right? And on top of the coconut jelly, we will blade or give our lychee gel. So we have also the chocolate part and the coconut with the lychee, and also some coconut flakes with dried raspberries and also a fresh raspberry. And all these flavors fits perfectly together.
Did you do the coconuts in the Pacojet, or
the coconut jelly?
No, this one.
No, but you can if you buy just the coconut chunks. You can also put it into the pacotizing beaker and cut it with the cube set knife.
Okay.
So now we can show you. Is it ready, Mario?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Now it's ready. Here
it's like in the kitchen.
Like
you must ask the chef if it's ready or not.
We chef. So here you can see our vegan tartelette with the vegan coconut chocolate ganache, the lychee gel, the coconut jelly, and also the dried raspberries and the coconut flakes with the fresh raspberry on top. Thank you, Mario. So our next tartelette is a warm, freshly baked chocolate cake. And for the chocolate cake, we also took the bigger tartelette, right, Mario?
Yeah, right. We use a bigger one, and the cool thing about that is that we prepare them before, we freeze them in the shock freezer, and now we bake the tartelette again. That's possible. You can do it in the oven with 180 degrees, 8 minutes. So you have the perfect chocolate. How you call it?
Liquid core.
Tartelette, yeah, with the liquid core, yeah. So you can bake the tartelettes again, and I think that's a very nice thing about this nice tartelettes.
Okay, and would it also possible to freeze the tartelettes together with the chocolate cake?
Yeah, I think so. So when you have a nice filling which is freezable, so you can put it on mise en place and put them in the oven for 8 minutes. So yeah, you are very relaxed in the kitchen.
So easy mise en place and easy and fast mise en place. And to the chocolate cake, we will serve also a tonka bean ice cream. And the tonka bean ice cream I pacotized already before the webinar, but now it's a bit too hard. You have also often this situation in a la carte kitchen. At the end of the evening, the last dessert orders come in, but the ice cream is already too hard. Now we can also use our new jet mode in the Pacojet. The jet mode, or with the jet mode, you can pacotize recipes with a higher amount of fat and sugar in between 60 and 90 seconds. So therefore, we attach again the spray guard with the pacotizing plate and the tonka bean ice cream. And now we go also on pacotizing. We will do the whole beaker with just one repetition and with our jet mode, but also here with one repetition because we pacotized it already and just want to refresh it. But if it's completely frozen and it's not pacotized before, it's better to pacotize it with the jet mount twice. But in this case, it's not needed, and we will start, and you can see how fast it goes.
And what do you have here?
And to the ice cream and to the chocolate cake, we prepared also apricot compote. It's just a bit caramel, lemon juice, and some fresh apricots and goods. And also the tonka bean ice cream. For the tonka bean ice cream, we made a classic ice cream base with cream, milk,
Like vanilla ice or something like that?
Exactly. And we just added instead of vanilla some freshly grated tonka beans.
Is it possible to cut some fruits in the Pacojet, or did they have too much water?
So it depends a bit on the texture on the fruits, but for sure you can also cut the fruits for the jam exactly.
Yeah.
For example, we used our cube set knife. It always depends a bit on the fruits and also on the recipe.
Yeah.
So now you can see it's already finished, and now we will show you how creamy it is. Mario, can you change this? Or can you show this? How creamy it is already.
I think they see it a little bit better when we make the canal after that.
Yeah. But after 60 seconds, we have our perfect ice cream.
And now our tartlets are finished.
So now we will see our freshly baked.
I hope for you that you have a liquid.
A liquid
Core.
core.
So
Yes, for sure we'll have.
the moment.
But now, first of all, I think we will plate our chocolate cake on top, our compote. So, and on the compote we will plate, or we give our canal of our tonka bean ice cream, so it will also not melt this fast.
Better than yesterday.
Better than yesterday.
Better than yesterday.
Perfect. So you can see you can prepare this dessert very well. You can do a very good mise en place, and then you will have after 8 minutes in the oven a perfect chocolate cake baked in the tartelette, and on top we have the apricot compote and the canal of the tonka bean ice cream.
You want to show the guys the liquid core, or
Yes, for sure. We can take here also this tartelette. I will cut it, and here you can see we have a nice liquid core for our chocolate cake.
Yeah, 40 minutes, and we have a very nice range with sweet and savory tartlets. As we show you that Pacojet and HUG matches perfect together. The nice pacotized recipe from Pacojet, and the nice tartlets that we use from HUG, and the big range that we have in our HUG tartlet assortment. So it looks very nice, very colorful, very creative, and I think you are very fast when you make a lot of recipe like this kind of we do today.
So the perfect combination.
Yeah.
So also if you work in an a la carte restaurant in the event area, so for every type of restaurant events, you can use the HUG Tartelettes and also the Pacojet, so you will have the perfect combination. Do you have any questions to our recipes and prepared tartlets? But if not, you will receive also, or all of you will receive tomorrow all the recipes and also the recorded webinar. So if you have no questions, thank you for your attention, and also thank you, Mario,
Thank you
for
very
your
much.
time. And hopefully we'll see us at our next webinar.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Bye-bye.
Bye.